The world population has reached a total of 7 billion people. Many think that COVID had a huge impact on the number since a lot of people died and were born during the pandemic and even without it. 55 million people die every single year on average. The causes vary from diseases and strokes to incidents. But let's stop for a moment and think, what if no one in the world dies for a whole year? Will the number double? What problems would governments around the world face? And how far would they go to fix them? Make sure to watch the full video if you're curious. Subjectively, thinking about a death-free year could be fun for a lot of people, especially the ones that are suffering from a lethal disease. When death is no longer a threat, one can do anything without thinking twice. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Even the most dangerous activities would feel exciting. You can try anything comfortably without worrying about consequences. However, that wouldn't stop humans from aging and having wrinkles. If you're wondering, you'll still age gracefully. It would just give you more time to try all kind of things without worrying about the inescapable fate, death. Sounds too good to be true, as many of you would assume, but bear in mind that this is only the fun part. A death-free year can pull so many issues for the people and the governments. Let's talk about resources and basic requirements such as food, drink, hygiene-related products and clothing that will more likely become scarce if everyone stay put and breathing for a year, which means simple things like a can of soda, toilet paper, bread can cost a lot or become unreachable. Take it as bread becoming the new gold. Who would want that? Not you, at least. Especially when lack of resources mean increase in criminal activities such as theft and assault, since there would be less jobs to take, hence less money to make. Another thing that would certainly rise even higher are taxes, and yes, it would get even worse. Imagine doubling your taxes and lowering your income, as if things aren't already bad in today's society. And if you think that there would a lot of people for the government to even track and charge you anything, you'd be hilariously wrong. Financials aside, if death didn't happen but disease and pain still did, hospitals would be the last place you'd want to be in. It would certainly be one of the most crowded places on the planet. Patients wouldn't die but would still suffer if they're not been taken care of, and we bet all of that would still not be free. The government would earn money that would later be spent just as quickly. How so? Well, humans would still come to life. There's no guarantee that babies wouldn't exist, which means more resources should be provided and more jobs should be created, more areas to build and more plans to be thought of. You must be wondering how the government would react. Well, it depends, but there are many ways people on top may use to reduce the number of folks on their territories, including creating a virus and limit your options to get you injected with so-called vaccination like we see in movies, planned wars and marches to exterminate more humans in the long run. It's all okay in the name of country nowadays, unless it's about you apparently. Now let's talk about the pros. Imagine a year free of grief. You won't fear the loss of your family members and friends, you won't be paranoid when walking down the streets, you won't be as afraid of robberies or cars hitting you. How great is that compared to the cons we mentioned before? Let us know. To sum up, death isn't always bad politically or humanly speaking. Apparently we can't all exist at the same time or for the same amount of time. As hard as it sounds, it's the only way to keep things running, which make us realize how fragile and pointless life can be. Let us know what you think, subscribe to see more from the channel, and suggest what topic you would like to see next. Thank you for watching and seeing you in the next one.